What are you doing over there?
I was trying to pose for the camera and I wasn't looking.
Hamming for the camera.
Hello everyone, we're back at Sonoma County, California. We're in Sonoma too, for the JB&A National Sales Meeting 2026. I'm here with Peter from Peerless. How's it going, man?
I'm good, Silas.
Thanks for joining me here at this
Absolutely.
talk in our beautiful racetrack scenery. Right? Doesn't it look beautiful? Can't you tell?
Can't wait to get on it. Can't wait to get on it.
Not a green screen at all. So tell anyone who doesn't know who Peerless is. Who's Peerless? Because you guys are the unsung heroes. You guys are the backbone of what video and an AV application needs.
So the way to think about it is if you have some type of a digital display, projector, large format LCD, LED, you need to put it somewhere.
Right.
And we make the put it somewhere, right? So if you want to put it on a wall, we make a wall mount. If you want to hang it from a ceiling, we make a ceiling mount, a projector mount. We make all the mounts to put your digital display somewhere.
But that should be a slogan. We put it.
We put it's funny, but if you really think about it, digital displays are everywhere.
Yeah, way more than technology's only gotten better. It's way more than ever.
And you walk through an airport, they're everywhere. You go in a hotel, they're everywhere. You go in a restaurant, they're everywhere. But the one thing they all have in common is they have to be there somehow. And again, that's where we come in, making specialized solutions for a digital display or a projector mount or an LED wall, video walls in general. So anytime you're trying to do a digital display, we have a solution to make it do what you want to do.
Nice. Yeah. And I kind of mentioned that there a little bit, but LED is bigger than ever, and it's like how you said it's everywhere too. Tell me how some people who integrators and resellers kind of are getting into LED where they might have not done it before. I know that mounting is incredibly important, and if you do it poorly, it can be a big problem. Tell us about that story.
So one of the advantages that we have over really most other mount companies, we actually make things. And that's
like your own manufacturing too?
Well, we do our own manufacturing. We have our own engineering. We make mounts in 4 different locations around the world, including right outside of Chicago, some in California. So when it comes to not only standard mounting solutions, but even some custom, which gets into the LED side very often, we can make exactly what's needed. Not take something that's close and hope it works, but we can actually make exactly what's needed.
Wow.
It's a huge advantage for LED if we get into the LED discussion, because LED, by its nature, can be anything you want it to be. It can be curved, it can be a corner, an inside corner, an outside corner, flat on a wall, hanging from a ceiling, mounted to a floor. It just creates a huge image, right? A display made of individual LEDs, cabinets. But to put those all together and make it one image is really the magic of the whole thing, because they're all just rectangles. And to put them together in the right, making sure everything is lined up, and making sure there are no lines in between all those individual rectangles. Right. That's the magic of the whole thing. That's what we do.
I would even say too, there's the look of it, and you don't want those lines for the look side.
That's
but
right.
Two, LED is kind of fragile, so I've heard as well, if you have these gaps and these seams where they're not supposed to be and stuff isn't set up right, and something shifts and it hits another one, and you're damaging panels, and you're going back, and it just becomes way more of a headache than...
Yeah, interestingly enough, with LED, they can be too close together.
Oh, wow.
And when they're too close together and they get hot, they have thermal expansion. And if the LED, the diodes hit each other, you actually can see, they all turn the same color, they turn white. So you'll see a line, even though it's not a line of space, it's a line of LEDs being the wrong color.
Yeah,
so
fried.
Yeah, so it's not always a problem of they're not lined up. Sometimes they're too close together, and that's all the magic, right? In making an LED mount that makes the LEDs look like an LED should look. An LED wall should really be perfect. That's the advantage to LED over an LCD video wall. It should look perfect. It should look like one continuous image. And if you don't do it correctly, you'll see whether it's a line because they're not lined up or whether it's a line because they're too close together. So it's really, you have to be right on it to make that great looking video wall. And that's what we do.
Nice. Well, as we transition to the racing fun side of things, my segue for a lot of people has been, have you seen your guys' product being used in any racing applications? I can think of one where I can kind of presume, but is there any cool use case that you know of, like a case study?
There's one from a few years ago, Daytona Speedway.
Nice.
Okay, in Florida.
I've had an LED from before LED was even a thing.
So Daytona put in displays using mounting systems. A bunch of our outdoor, we make some outdoor LED or LCD displays, believe it or not. But there are, I don't remember anymore, 500, 600, 700 of them all around Daytona Speedway.
700 mounts?
Mounts and displays and, and all different systems.
Yeah.
So that was a big one to bring up racing anyway. And I'm sure there are others. We do a lot of business in Europe also, which racing is big in Europe in Formula One. But yeah, we're everywhere. And the chances of you looking at a digital display somewhere, the hotel you're staying in, there's a pretty good chance the mount behind that display is a Peerless mount.
Yeah, and I'm actually going to go backwards here because I was trying to segue, but I remembered something that came to mind. Is I used to work for an integrator way back, and we would get Peerless mounts, and there was other options we could have bit, but I was actually a purchaser, and I would actually go towards Peerless because it was a lot easier to spec things and find what I needed, and the whole process of purchasing and stuff was way easier. So I just was like, and stuff worked too. And so I didn't want to go to another option because it just was, the consistency and everything I just mentioned was just way better.
Like I said, we make things. We're a U.S. manufacturer. We're U.S. based. We've been around 80 plus years outside of Chicago in Aurora, Illinois. And
you should just work with Peerless.
It's what we do. We have a great inside staff that can help out with. You're not quite sure where to go with it. You can go on the website. You can use our chat feature. Give us a call.
I'm pretty sure I got on support one time, and I was I need a mount for this thing, and a dude guided me to what I needed, and it was great.
It's important to do because, particularly if you're doing like a ceiling mount, it's going to be above people's heads, right? Make sure you put the right system up. In general, mounts are very often where whether they're above somebody's head or on a wall where it could fall on somebody. It's really important to get not only the correct mount, but a true good mounting system that has all the right certifications and is tested regularly. We have labs in our building that do all the testing. It's what we do. We're a mount company.
Nice.
And we're a mount company that actually makes mounts. And that's there are not many of us anymore.
Yeah. That's true.
So
I'm gonna loop back to the fun use case really quick. I think it was Christie that did this one where they mounted LCD or LED on a piano, and I've seen a few different things like that. And I was thinking, I don't know if I've seen anyone do it on a car. They should do some sort of crazy LED thing on a car.
It could be done. Right.
Peerless is going to have to design a mounting system for that.
It could be done. And actually, that
instead of sponsorship stickers.
Well, and they could change it, right? So it could be dynamic as they go around.
You see those trucks that have like the billboards.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Just take it up to the next level and just put it on a race car.
We could try it. The key there, I guess it's the same really with anything. Just in an extreme case, you have to build a structure where the LEDs are held in in their shape, right? Whatever your configuration is, they need to be held that way. And even if the wall moves, or in this case, the car moves and shakes, the structure itself stays, let's call it a square or a rectangle or whatever your configuration is, so that it all moves together, right? So that those LEDs never move on each other, that it stays as a structure. So if it's on a wall and the wall shifts, you want it to shift as a structure. Now, the whole thing might be crooked, but the LEDs are still all perfect and lined up. Now, that's an extreme case that a wall's going to shift that much.
Yeah, it's like an
but
earthquake or something.
If the wall moves, you want this piece to move as one, not to move like this, because if it moves like this, they're not lined up anymore. So anyway, on a car, that would be an extreme case of trying to make the structure, stay square.
Yeah. Well, speaking of cars, you ready to drive?
Shall we?
Yeah. Let's get speedy.
We're in the pits.
We're in the pits. If you take too long to start the race, I think it just puts you there. And I'll be behind you. I'll have to catch up. Oh, this is a big turn. I thought it was just straight.
Have you already crashed?
I just bumped the exit wall. See, if you had the Peerless mounting LED, I could see you from so far. It's hard to see you sometimes. Oh, I took a shortcut and it paid off.
What are you doing over there?
I was trying to pose for the camera and I wasn't looking.
Hamming for the camera.
Oh, I did not brake soon enough. Oh, I saved it. After you use a car for a while, you kind of get the feel of it and it gets a little easier.
You definitely get a feel.
I love this track though, this is a good track. You're doing great.
Getting it, maybe.
Getting a little closer. This is a big S turn coming up. Oh, you tried a shortcut, I saw that. You kind of got it too. So you can downshift to get a little faster.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. Coming from a guy that drove a stick shift for years
I'll
and
get
years
there. I'll get
and
there
years,
eventually.
right?
I don't even brake on this coming up. I just like kind of throw it in the side and hope it makes it out. Oh, I let go of the gas a little bit, but no, I totally crashed.
So in Formula One on this track, this is wide open through here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I won't let you pass. Oh no!
Oh, I had you.
I was too defensive.
You were. I think I got blocked there. Where's the Stewart?
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. You might have me here. I gotta make it back on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, you got me. You crossed the finish line.
Are we done?
That's it.
Oh,
Nice job.
that was kind of ugly.
You kept it super consistent towards the end,
Yeah,
though.
I started to get a feel for.
Yeah.
It's really the braking, because there's no sensation of speed. You know, and that's what we're used to.
Exactly. True. Well, thanks.
Cool.
Thank you so much for racing me. Thanks for the conversation too.
Yeah, no, I appreciate the opportunity to chat a little bit about Peerless and, to do a little bit of racing.
Happy to do it.